Okay, hello, Dr. Freeman. My name is Kathy Gregory, and I chose to make my video on Native Americans and substance abuse. Okay, the Native American population in 2010 was 2.9 million, and that is less than 1% of the United States population as a whole. The actual percentage is 0.9%. And of that, about 34% of American Indians live on reservations and 57% live in metropolitan areas. The poverty rate is double that of the average United States as a whole. Indians see themselves as an extension of their tribe. Um, Tribes and reservations provide Indians with a sense of belonging, security, and it forms an independent system. It's part of their culture. Um, Indians who leave reservations to seek greater opportunities often lose a sense of self, their personality, and they lose their tribal identity since they're no longer a part of the reservation. Indians have suffered a great loss as a result of colonization, disease, and land distribution. Their culture and language was systematically stripped from over 125,000 tribes. When this was being done, Indian kids were taken out of their homes and put in European American homes and forbidden to have anything to do with their natural culture. They could not speak Indian or have anything to do with their culture. Um, and stripping Indians of their culture over the years has led to high rates of alcoholism among Indians. The alcoholism rates among Indians are 6 times higher than any other person in the United States. And it's one of the greatest problems that Indians have faced. It's common for Indians to start drinking at a very early age. Part of that is from their sense of sharing, and alcohol is one of the things that they share. About 32% of American Indians of childbearing age report heavy drinking, and heavy alcohol consumption is a result of a sense of powerlessness, low self-esteem, cultural identity conflicts, lack of positive role models, childhood maltreatment, social pressures, hopelessness, and a breakdown in the family as a whole. According to Donovan Antelope, who is a spokesperson for the Northern Arapaho tribe, he said that alcoholism has been a problem for the Indians for over a century in many of the Indian populations. Um, Alcoholism also has played a part in domestic violence among Indians. They suffer, Indian women suffer domestic violence 3.5 times higher than the national average. And they believe that's due to the alcoholism and also the culture as a whole, because the role of the man and the woman has been broken down in that culture so much, and I believe that plays a part of it as well. Suicide rate amongst Indian youth is twice that, attempted and completed, is twice that of any other youth in the United States. From adolescence to adulthood is the time for the greatest suicide attempt rates, especially for males. The death rate amongst Indians is 12%. 12% of the deaths of Native Indian Americans is related to alcoholism. Well, related to alcohol. More than 3 times the percentage of the general population. The greatest number of tribal alcoholic deaths, which is about a third, is accounted for um, in the northern plains where the reservations are remote and often destitute. And the lowest rates were that in Alaska. Also listed are homicides. 6.6% of alcohol-related deaths. Suicide is 5.2%, and injuries due to falling is 2.2%, all alcohol-related. A report released by the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that 11.7% of deaths among Native Americans and Alaska Americans between 2001 and 2005 were alcohol-related, compared to just 3.3% of the nation as a whole. The study said more than 65% of Indians whose deaths were attributed to alcohol were men. 66 people were younger than age 50. 7% were less than 20 years old. The 2 leading causes of alcohol-related deaths among Indians were traffic accidents and liver disease. There are probably many more alcohol-related deaths than the study shows that would include other important risk factors such as tuberculosis, pneumonia, and cancer, colon cancer that is, which they believe alcohol also plays an important part. In general, American Indians have just suffered more deaths due to alcoholism than any other race in the United States. This study recommends culturally appropriate clinical interventions are used to reduce the excessive drinking and to better integrate tribal health care centers and tribal courts, which generally deal with a lot of alcohol-related issues with their prisoners. So I believe these statistics clearly show that there is a need to do something about the alcohol-related deaths and alcoholism among Native Americans. And so suggestion to help with this problem through counseling would be first, before working with any American Indian, to explore their ethnic differences and values, to determine the cultural identity of the family members and of their association with the tribe or reservation, understand the history of their oppression, what they've been through, the fact that the United States have basically just stripped their whole identity from them, along with a lot of other things. So as counselors, I think we must first understand that. And also access the problem through the perspective of the individual, the family, the extended family, and if appropriate, the tribal community. Include anyone within the Indian community that could help. Because again, Indians look at tribes as an extension of them and themselves. And so without that tribe, they have a problem with their identity. Okay, and if necessary, because a lot of poverty exists in reservations, so if necessary, before you address any therapeutic needs of the client, you could first just address the basic needs, such as food, shelter, clothing, just basic needs of any human being, whether Indian or not. And then after that, work on the therapeutic aspects of helping the client as in the community as a whole. And when looking to help children and adolescents, help them to determine whether or not their cultural values and or the unreceptiveness of their cultural values among the environment that they live in contributes to their problems. And also to help them to create a concrete goal that incorporates culture, family, extended family, and community perspective. Include in the strategies that you use should involve cultural elements that focus on holistic factors such as mind, body, and spirit. And I think if we do that, I believe that is a start to helping the Indian community and their issues with alcoholism. And that is it for my video. I hope you enjoy.